All right, it went left.
Okay.
Just to
so
see if it's
I'll
working. That's why. Yep, I'm good.
hold up. Okay, so I'm going live. Well, alrighty, Roo, ladies and gents, what is up? My name is Swinger, and I am, of course, once again for the sixth week. Well, I guess
Wow.
technically it doesn't really work. I was going to say for the
Hey.
sixth week, joined by Gabe and Dean. But let's be honest, there's only one guy that is consistent. Just bam, every day here. Straight up, me, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the two hardest working men in the world, for sure, no doubt about it. Maybe Vladimir Putin, maybe.
What about Elon Musk?
He spends a lot of time hanging out at comedy shows.
True,
Some of
true.
us are only making $3,000 a year, so you know.
A week. Oh, big baller.
No, if you employ
Jeez.
Gabe and he ever asks for a raise, I just told you. He just looked
I
up.
just told
My
you.
guy
Jeez.
makes $3,000
A year.
week.
A year.
A year.
Cool. Okay, Gabe. Now this is getting depressing, guy. Like, this is like it's getting back to a throwback to episode 1.
No, I mean
and
it
all
was
that.
it was just a Warren Buffett joke, but it's okay.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, that was
That-
pre-show though.
Yeah, it's a pre-show. that
No
nobody
one
knows
else
what we're
gets it
talking
but
about.
us.
Great. This is off
Yo,
to an
my-
excellent start.
My bad, y'all.
Finale jitters.
Ladies and gents, we are back at it again for the finale to go on ahead and check out how will Falcon Winter Soldier conclude. Will we see? Well, I mean, probably safe to assume, but will we see a new suit for Sam Wilson as he officially takes up that mantle as Captain America? Gabe, Dean, are you guys excited?
Well, I feel like before we go with that, well, yes, one, I am very excited because it's obviously the finale. But just quickly, could I get a debrief on what you guys thought about the last episode?
Yes, you could. Gabe, go right ahead. I'll let you have the floor.
I've
Saf?
made no okay. I've made no secret that like the slower pace is when I enjoy the show the most. When it like slows down a little bit and it goes a little deeper into like the characters and it just gives itself room to breathe. And that's what the last episode was, which you know some people didn't like. They felt like, hey, like you know we're leaning into finale, more things should have happened. But I like the slower stuff. So
You
I
think it
really
was slower
like-
paced?
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Really?
Sam and Bucky were fixing a boat for half the episode, so yes.
Oh, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. No.
Relative to the previous couple of episodes where it literally would be like, oh, here's
No,
this
you're
really
right.
dramatic
You're
thing.
right. When
Moving
in
on,
hindsight.
next scene, like
yeah.
yeah, like just start was weird. It was very kind of like action at the front, and then they just kind of jumped towards like, oh yeah, John Walker's not Captain America anymore. That's it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They went over that real quick.
Yeah. So, but then the rest of the episode I really liked. And I did ask a friend of mine who like said that he didn't like last week's episode, and he said exactly the same criticism that we saw from chat as well, that he's like, listen, it's a Marvel show and it should be a lot more action, especially when it's the second to last episode. And I'm like, bro, but you need to build up to it, no? So that was kind of a common critique from a lot of people for last week's episode. Mostly
But it
in the chat was that some people hated it because too much talking and all that. Like people wanted to see more fighting and like epic scenes, kind of like episode 1.
Mhm.
Whereas me and Gabe felt like it was a pretty solid episode because it actually started to give more character moments for Sam, because it felt like for the previous handful of episodes, he was basically kind of acting as somewhat of a counselor for that flag smasher lady.
I
Yeah,
think
He took a back seat.
what?
Sam took a back seat for a lot of the show.
Oh,
It's
back
called
seat.
Falcon and the Winter- Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the last episode did a good job of actually showing us like what I feel like this show could have done a lot more and better of if I feel like they maybe just added 10 minutes to the episodes prior. Like I think that having it slightly longer and being able to have that long form, like a little bit longer format, I think helped with like just. Like it's basically like the same format as every other episode, but they just had more time to spread everything out. So it felt to me like the last episode was the easiest to digest with the most like you said, I guess like now that I think back to it, it did slow down a lot. And I think that's probably the reason I liked it the most, because it was like we wanted story. We finally got a little bit between Bucky and Sam, and we finally got to see a little bit of what I think I was personally expecting more than what the show was giving us. I think ultimately what I'm taking away from this show and WandaVision is there's a lot of storytelling that's very like we can kind of see where they're going, but at the same time, what I expect the show to be is most likely not what they're going to be going for. You know what I mean? Because I thought it was going to be about these two, and that's why I loved the last episode so much. I think that was like what my take was.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the fact that this episode is like 9 minutes shorter than last week's, and this is the finale?
A mistake.
Well, okay. So here's the thing, though. Like, the only thing left to pay off is the big fight between the Flag Smashers.
Is it even going to be a good payoff though? Like, do you even care about the Flag Smashers and this group and this character? Like,
I don't know. Carly, what's her name? Carly.
Exactly.
Whatever, Morgan something.
Morgenthau or something.
Yeah. But it's Carly, right?
Yeah, it's Carly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Dean, you're wrong. I still like the character. I'm not the best name in the world.
That's funny.
I do agree with like some of the criticism, like it's really hard to take her serious, like based off the actress, but
that's not even my criticism though.
Well, no, I'm saying like that's a criticism I see often.
Fair enough.
The casting on this, I'm like, yeah, but it somehow like worked for me, and I am invested. I want to know what happens with Sharon. They got to pay that off. I don't know if the cameo from last week somehow has more of an impact this week, like if she comes back at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think so. I think that's all.
I think she does. I feel like
you think that character, Julia Louise Dreyfus's character,
the
one that talked to Walker.
The one. Wait. No. Oh, sorry. Am I misremembering who? Her. I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is. So that's not who I was referring to. Sorry.
I mean, we'll call her Madam Hydra, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We assume that's who. Hasn't been called that officially, but yeah.
So I mean, that needs to happen. More importantly, the Sharon stuff, because I was really excited to see her back. And she's been back in like such a limited.
None of that has happened. If all of that pays off in this episode, it will be the worst episode of television. Because how do you do that in 51 minutes? Like, it would literally be like this: fight, okay, quick, now talk to Madam Hydra, okay, quick, now do this. Like, no, too much stuff for one episode.
Max,
I think it's all set up.
Have you not seen the previous episodes? They're perfectly fine with doing quick stuff.
I pray that it does not happen. If it does, that's going to be legit disappointing.
Dude, they are. I'm gonna say they're good at it, but varying degrees of success. They have no issues going fast.
I gotta hit you with the skeptical hippos on that. Varying degrees of success. Every episode that has had that rush stuff has not worked. Like, every episode where it's like, if they do those moments, the more of them there are in an episode, the worse the episode ends up.
No, but some things you don't need a lot of time for. Like, some things you can just like move on from. Like, I personally thought that getting the shield away from fake Cap, like I thought that being quick was good. Like, I didn't need to see like a full episode of them trying to get the shield away. Like, we talked about it before it happened. Like, oh, is he gonna give it up willingly?
I think they should have spent more time on like him losing it. That's what I think. But I guess we could talk about that detailed stuff like once we watch the episode, right? So
I agree with that. We have a full picture of what we're talking about.
So, guys, if you want to go on ahead and queue up along with us, once again, go to Disney Plus, get your timer to 000. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. When I say go is when you go on ahead and press play. There will also be a timer on the screen for you guys to go on ahead and use to sync up along with us. Gabe, Dean, are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Just testing my audio. Okay, I'm good to go.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And away we go. Here we go, ladies and gents. We do
the finale.
Woo! For the last time for Falcon Winter Soldier.
After this, we got like 3 weeks off, I think.
Mm-hmm. Before Loki comes out.
Yep.
This scene was great, like between the two of them, like when they were throwing the shield back and forth. That was really
that
cool.
was a great. Yeah, I love that. Man, I wanted to see the suit so bad.
See it soon.
Yeah, they did a good job of like ending it. Red light. Classic villain trope.
All right.
Here we go.
Here
and
we
I made
go.
a prediction. Remember, the post-credit scene, if there are two, first one will be Taurus becoming Falcon, so like him touching the wings or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that, or like trying on some wings. And the second one will be John Walker being put into a prison cell next to
Zemo.
Zemo. And then that's how they
Yeah.
set up Thunderbolt.
I would love
Interesting.
that. I want
That
that.
would
I
be
want
really
that
cool.
second one to happen. I want the second one to happen.
Well, if it doesn't, Marvel, hit me up. I can take care of your post-credit scenes. I'll be known as the post-credit scene guy. Here we go. It's time. It's Vader time. I don't mean to be rude, but what are these guys aiming at? Like legit. They're
Nothing. They're just in the air,
They're just
which
doing
would
this.
never happen.
They're like, we're super trained for this.
Watch out for Spider-Man.
Yep.
No, they're looking for the color red. Anything red, they're shooting.
It's just like,
Oh,
what are
no.
you doing? I'm so confused. Oh, he put on the
Oh.
suit. He has new wings.
Well, they had to reveal it at the finale.
I don't know. You're getting it right now, man.
Are you?
What?
What is happening? She's back in America? What?
If she has this kind of tech, why is she ever over there?
I feel like she might be Power Broker.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it. Later.
Okay. That's what I thought last episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure and I didn't want to say anything, sound like an idiot, you know?
I've been saying she's the power broker since we found out there was
Really?
a power broker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do it
I
now.
forgot.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
think Gabe, yeah.
The
Because of
last
that
episode like
trust
almost
thing.
confirmed it for me. That's why I'm on that wave.
I'm super confused with her character altogether.
Yeah, we all are.
Clearly.
Just because there's zero understanding for why she does what she does, but okay. We'll figure
And
it
why
out.
does she even want to come back to America if she's living the way she does? Like, I don't know. It just seems so weird.
Oh,
it looks sick.
dude.
Yo!
Okay, that's the cool- Wow, they went like straight up the comics. Like that's almost an exact look how he looks in the comic. That's crazy. Because usually they try to like dull it down and make it look a little more like realistic. Dang.
I'm Captain America. Oh.
I thought he was on the moon.
Oh.
All right. Batroc.
Metal detector. No one sees him place it.
Did Bucky not say that that was one of them?
What? Say that again. Sorry.
Did Bucky not say to Sharon, like, hey, that's one
Yeah.
of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So why did she let him to get even close to all?
I mean,
Hmm.
she also called someone to kill Sam, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she hired GSP. Okay.
I wonder why isn't this guy questioning why there's just a random quote unquote civilian here just walking about?
it's a parking structure, right?
I guess, but when you have some of the most important or influential, I guess, politicians, like random people don't just walk around.
Oh, whoa, Sharon.
What just?
Yo, Sharon. Yo,
What
Sharon's a
is?
savage, bro.
Jeez.
Just melted that.
Why
dude's
would she
face.
ever want to come back to the States if that's the case? I guess for her family?
I don't know that she has family left.
Yeah.
Look at these guys. They're still pointing up. I'm telling you, man, these guys legit. That's all they practice. They're like, yo, we need the 45-degree people out here.
Oh, interesting. Smart. Oh. Oh. Yo, it's so sick. It's so sick.
Oh, okay.
Holy.
I was confused at first. Where did he throw the shield? I'm
He
like,
just
what
threw it
happened?
out,
Did he
yeah.
just threw it away.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Wait, hold up. I was so confused because there was no sound. Like, I
No.
thought maybe he broke the glass or something.
Oh,
but
no,
was
I
like,
heard the
no,
glass break.
I heard the yeah, I heard the glass.
I heard the glass
Really?
break. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was just me then. I need to turn it up then. I'm watching the entire show without sound. Explains a lot. Like this made no sense.
You're just watching a bridge version.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And up for that, girl.
Hey, people wanted action. This episode is filled with action so far.
And it's also filled with in between like talking cutscenes, essentially. Oh. See ya.
Ooh, that was cool.
What is his what material are his wings made out of? Just like I guess.
Same as Bucky's arm, same as a shield.
Wait, really? It's all vibranium?
Yep.
Oh, right. It came from Wakanda, right? Like
Mhm.
they had it all made there, right? I
Yeah,
forgot.
all the suits now come from Wakanda.
Now that it's in the universe.
No. It was just because wasn't it at the end of last episode?
Yeah,
that
yeah. Bucky called
asked
in a
her-
favor. Yeah.
He said, "I need one."
I
more
forgot.
favor."
Yeah.
So like his previous ones weren't.
You
Yeah,
think they
that's
have
what I'm
like a
saying. All
superhero
new,
like Taylor service there?
all new suits are made in Wakanda.
Basically. Really, Bucky?
Whoa! What was the
Okay,
point of that?
I know that was just so dumb, bro. Like, why would you just stop?
Like
that?
you didn't even
Like,
go
well,
flying
I'm just gonna
forward.
headbutt this dude full.
No, but he didn't
What?
even headbutt him. He was like halfway on the ground already.
He just threw
Oh,
his body
man.
at him. Man.
Yeah, it was like what?
Terrible strategy.
Yeah. Here's Bucky's hero moment. Oh, he's back. Wait, he
Oh.
has his own shield?
Well, yeah. Remember the
Hey,
post?
you didn't see the post-credit scene?
No, I definitely did. I must have just forgotten.
He was
I guess.
building a shield. Although I'm not gonna lie, that thing looked like trash compared to what he's holding right now.
Yeah.
It wasn't done yet.
Okay, I need to try to throw a shield. Does it always do that? Like legit?
No, I promise you no.
I'm just confused. I thought it was the vibranium that was making it.
Yeah,
do
that's
the
what I thought too.
reverberations and not
Yeah,
work with regular physics.
Dude, let me save you the time. And no.
Let's go. Oh, that shield is just hot trash.
It's already bent.
It's literally already dented. He's just getting beat. He's like, this is new. A new feeling.
Yeah, it's not like he stopped a mad titan from invading Earth before.
Yeah, details,
Dude,
details.
Bucky loves attacking with his entire body.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he is a super soldier.
But he has a super cool arm. Use that.
Listen, he found out that there's a big weakness. The triple tap and you're down. So at this point, he's like, I'm just gonna throw my body at him because if the arm gets hit 3 times by any chance, I'm screwed. That thing's falling off.
Oh. Well, this is definitely action packed.
Those are bows. What are you doing?
Literally. Oh, okay. See you later, bro.
Whoa. He's back.
He's waterproof.
Is she counting out loud?
Yep. But don't forget, he's focused on other things right now, and she's being quiet, right? Oh!
Okay, now she's got to make sure that that thing stays upright. GG, well played.
Let's go.
I love
Let's
the
go.
scream when he was falling.
I mean, this scene right here, it's like, who are the audience supposed to be cheering?
I don't
No
think.
one?
They're both supposed to be losing.
Yeah,
so you'd be
but
like,
who-
keep fighting.
I don't know if
hurt
it's
each
supposed to be
other."
cheering. I think they're just trying to establish him as a character, right?
Yeah, I know. I guess, but
But it does seem like weird. Like, what's the point?
Well,
But-
he
Well,
wants
it's-
revenge.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
but it is
for his
a Marvel thing sometimes to be like, oh yeah, all our villains are not really
really
villains.
villains. Yeah, like if you look at like Loki
Yeah.
and some of the others.
Yo, that shield is done, dude.
What shield,
Oh.
bro? He's not using it like a shield, my guy.
Okay, so I guess Bucky only rescued one of the cars. Why?
Yeah. Good question.
Fighting.
The other car didn't even have
I
like
know,
that lock
but-
thing.
But the guy said you're welcome. So why didn't he just walk up to the other one and like?
Maybe
just
they
say,
were
"Oh,
next to each
Because
other.
This guy came and stopped him.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
true,
fight,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about.
Well, there you go. He'll be able. He'll be able.
They'll be able to
them
rescue
again.
them. Yeah. And this will be caught on camera.
Wait, where's like when Sam said that he called backup? Did he
Oh.
mean Sharon?
This
Or
is how you
is-
determine if he's a good or bad guy, I guess. If he's trying to make this decision.
What do you think he does? Pushes it onto Bucky?
He pulled it out.
Ah.
He's remember, he's not a bad guy, he's a good guy.
Oh no.
No, I know. I was just making a point to Max's thing earlier.
Yeah, but they need to redeem him somehow to set him up for Thunderbolt.
Oh, is he dead?
just like
No,
they did
no.
with Zemo.
No, Bucky's gonna catch
He's
it,
not
right?
gonna. Think we get a little cameo.
Oh, maybe.
Oh no.
No, it's just Captain America.
Whoa.
What's the thrusters? It's not his strength.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have super suit, so how
No,
would
yeah,
he
it's just
have- yeah.
thrusters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, yeah.
Also some strength, probably.
Oh, well, of course. He did have that training montage, so.
There we go. It's Captain America, dude. Get it right. There you go. I thought he was on the moon. Remember?
It's Black Falcon.
Was there another one that we missed?
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, holy smokes. In one throw, 3 people.
This.
What was that?
They're
Who
getting
is it now? Oh, of course.
It's,
it was
of
Saint
course,
Pierre.
yeah.
I got this. I am not impressed by your performance.
That was something.
That was George's famous line. That's how he got his fight with the oh my gosh, what was his name? Was it Matt
don't know.
Hughes? I think it was Matt Hughes. I am not impressed by your performance. That was his like trash talk.
I thought you were being Ivan Drago.
No, I was trying to do
Yeah.
Saint Pierre voice impersonation.
Like Rocky?
No, it's French.
No, I know.
Okay.
Dark Lord, thanks for the super chat, bro. That's not. That's John Walker, I think. No.
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 Yo, is your TV
I thought-
calibrated?
Bro, I thought it was just like
Nah.
a teaser because she thinks that it's what's his name, but then
Nah,
it's
it was
actually
them.
Walker again.
Also, Walker's shield was like pretty much destroyed.
Yeah, he dropped it when he fell.
It was all bent.
Who the heck is whistling?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Oh.
Sharon.
Oh yeah, she's a power broker.
100%.
Well, that negotiation went well. Drop your weapon. Proceeds to drop her own weapon. It's like literally 3 seconds later. Okay.
Hey, Gabe was right. Hashtag.
I mean, yeah, you were right, but they made it so obvious.
No, I called it when Sharon first appeared.
No, I'm
bro.
saying yeah, for you, yeah, when it first appeared, that was insane. But throughout the show, they made it really obvious towards the end. How does she even get that position though?
There, they actually said it out loud. Again.
Did they just they both turned and shot him? Oh no, okay, it was a triangle. Okay, I thought they both turned to shoot him.
Dude, that was cool.
Jeez.
Ooh, he just practiced all
Holy.
those moves. We saw him practice that. Oh, he should have said I could do this all day.
No, he should have. He should have.
So they're friends now?
For now.
I think
guess.
the idea is that they're on the same side. And they've accepted it, I guess, but
Okay. Well, Gabe, you were right again. Oh, maybe
Hashtag.
she's still alive.
Nah, she ain't making it out of this, man.
no. Nah.
It was just the brutal honesty.
Is this true? The truth.
They knew this actress was limited to 6 episodes.
Hmm. So I suppose everybody who knew the prop broker is now dead.
Mm-hmm.
Are those guys with the guns still looking up?
That's a good
That's a
question.
cool shot. I don't know why I thought of Arkham City when Batman carries out Joker.
Yeah.
I want to see the costume in like bright, like
Decently well lit
Is it
there.
still Falcon?
one hell of a speech as his first time as Cap. After all that.
I mean, to be fair, that's what a lot of people only heard.
Mm. I think everybody heard what they wanted to hear. That's what I think. You know what I mean? There he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Captain America. Oh, I thought that was gonna end right
I
there.
got him.
Oh, dude, you got
Got
10 more minutes.
I literally thought that would be like credit.
Nah, you got 10 more minutes.
But that didn't that feel like a good spot to be like credits right there.
Yeah, but then where does the story continue from there, right? Like that's always Marvel's thing. Like that.
I guess they got people everywhere.
I mean, they have an app.
Oh. Who?
It's
Oh.
Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah.
Does anybody know who that is? Isn't that the butler for Zemo? Remember on the airplane?
Oh, it might be.
Is that not him?
don't
Remember
know.
when they were on the plane?
Oh, it could be him. Can't remember.
That's why he's so happy,
Yeah, he knows.
because he got rid of all the flags.
Or at least all of the super soldiers, not the Flag Smashers.
Well, Bucky's
Hey,
still alive.
I told you she was coming right back, man.
Yeah, but he gave Bucky a pass. Oh boy.
She's gonna have a big role for sure, because she's a
She is.
like pretty famous actor. So that could be surprising if they give her some throwaway. Oh, okay. So
Oh.
he's
Oh.
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent, yep.
That is a good joke. It's the same, but black. That's it.
So she's part of the government or not part of the government?
She's not. Well, I don't know. Kind of.
I guess like
Hydra.
secret
Hydra
operation.
stuff.
Yeah, oh,
It's Hydra
okay,
stuff.
true. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gabe, you're right about this prediction. Where Bucky's headed. Makes sense. There is an end credits.
This is
Yep.
this is the old man, right? From the start of the
Yeah.
first
He's gonna
episode.
go
Yeah,
tell
that
him he
was what
killed
I
his
thought.
son.
Yeah, that's what I thought last episode as well.
Don't call the cops because someone's outside late.
Guess depends what kind of apartment building you live in.
Yo, cops, someone's outside.
Could be sketchy. What a weird tonal shift for the ending here. I feel like this should have been in last episode.
A little more uplifting stuff, I think.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the entire book.
He's got the whole list completed.
So that's
Can we
just
get
it.
a
He's
Bucky
pardoned.
show?
He's free.
I want a Bucky show.
Well, I mean, this is supposed to be it.
No. I want a just Bucky show.
He keeps calling him that. Oh, did they add him to the exhibit?
Probably. No, yeah, Isaiah probably.
Yeah.
Not-
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That old man's cool. Like the actor is good.
All right. That's it. Oh wait, I guess not.
No.
remember, don't flirt with my sister. Post credit scene? Yeah, we know. Don't worry, guys. We'll watch the post credits.
Whew.
Are you
Is
trying
there
to fast
just
forward
one?
to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna find.
Yeah, there's one. It is at
Oh, I went too far. 44:40. So.
44:52, my guy.
Oh,
Or
okay, I'll
50,
just wait.
50.
I'm at 44:46.
You're 44, 46?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just got there
It's
now.
coming up.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm at 50, 51. So is she doing this to infiltrate?
I have no idea what her.
I mean, I
character is.
guess like there's no other motivation, right, to go back there. Well, I guess here it is.
I just don't understand why she turned evil. Like, what
Mhm.
happened?
Mm-hmm.
So confusing.
The only thing I can think of is that she just got forgotten.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Cap was like, "Yo, I'm going back in time to Peggy. I ain't sticking around with you."
I mean, they kissed,
deuces?
so maybe
Yeah, I
she
know,
really like
that
she
is-
really liked the kiss.
Like,
Yeah,
now she's like, I must take vengeance on all of America because of Steve. Is that it? Like, come on. So
Yeah.
confusing.
Okay.
Okay. So that was a finale for a show. What do we think, guys? Take it away.
Nah, you can take it away. I
Gabe, since
insist.
Gabe, you
What's up, man?
seem to have a good opinion on the show. Go ahead.
Based on what? You're reading my mind. Like, look.
Go
Like
ahead.
I wish this show was as coherent as like WandaVision, right? Like if we're gonna compare the two, which like I feel like inevitably happens. Like for
Mhm.
me, Wanda was just much more concise.
Mm.
And not just because the episodes were shorter. I mean, we got more episodes. So like I think it was pretty close to being the same like running time
Mhm.
almost
Mhm.
with the extra episodes and stuff. And I feel like this show, while still being more my thing when it comes to like more
Mhm.
action based stuff, like I enjoy that. I enjoy the military setting. Just it's things that I normally enjoy, but it is so marvelified. And I don't know if you guys saw,
What do you
but
mean by that?
like did we really need like the first like entire half of the episode to be like the like that like set piece or whatever where Sam is Cap now, but then we see a whole lot of action, the helicopter stuff over and over again. Like
I thought so. I mean, like, I thought like we needed to see like basically like just a cool showcase of him as Cap, right? That's what we got.
yeah, but it lasted a very long time.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's just like a counter criticism for
That and
last
and
episode, right?
and that's what I'm saying. Like I enjoy like the smaller, like the more personal stuff, and we got a little bit of it towards the end. I don't understand. I'm like you. I don't understand Sharon's motivation at all. I have no
Mhm.
idea why she's doing anything. I when I said, "Oh, Sharon's a power broker," when we like first saw her, that was a
Mhm.
joke. But then I was like, "Wait, this is gonna happen."
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just
So like,
it just
yeah.
makes no sense. Like, I guess.
hmm
Mm.
Look, I'll say this because I didn't love the finale. I don't believe I loved the show. I still think it was good. Like I still think like the Marvel quality is there. I honestly think it's very difficult for them to make anything bad. They've done it before, make no mistake. But
Totally.
I don't think that this qualifies as bad. It's just for me slightly underwhelming, and I wish it would have set up a little bit more. Like, why didn't we see a Thunderbolts like setup? Although, I mean, we got U.S. Agent, which that's cool. We saw Zemo in the raft. I didn't think we would see Zemo again. But when you set up so much stuff, you got to pay it off, and then that's what this is. Where we see the dude, I always forget her name. The Louis Shriver character. We saw her like super quickly. Like we knew that.
Valentina.
Yeah,
Whatever.
like
Yeah.
so much like gets crammed into it, and this is just another one of those episodes where like, hey, this is a lot at
Mm.
once. So, I mean, I enjoyed it though. Like, I love that we have a new Cap. I am very excited for a potential Captain America movie again.
Do you think we're gonna get a Captain America movie?
Oh, at some point, dude. Like the name's too big. Like the Captain America name on a movie is worth $1 billion at this point. Like they're like Civil War doing what it did. If you pair Sam up with either Bucky or a couple of other Avengers, you easily got yourself another $500+ million movie instantly. No matter what. Like it just makes no sense for them to not have it. And if that isn't the plan going forward, like what was all this for? Like why all this to establish a new Cap if we're not going to like see him going forward an awful lot? We'll get an
Yeah.
Avengers movie. We'll get an Avengers movie again at some point. You know, this is our Cap.
Well, there's
and I'm
rumors
hap-
that this
I'm-
is gonna be a season 2 for this show, right?
Yeah, well, they're
Maybe.
open about
Maybe
about
that's-
it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Rumors.
Yeah.
Oh, there is rumors already.
No,
I
no,
didn't
it's not-
know that.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the creators of the show say that like they have ideas for season 2, and
Okay.
the whole way that this even got started is because WandaVision was submitted to the Emmys as a limited series, and this wasn't. Like this was submitted.
because qualified
Yeah,
limited. Got it.
yeah. So and then so like people pointed that out, and the creators said like, yeah, we have it. Yeah, like we could see how this could go on. So I don't know what the ratings.
Do
are
you
for this.
feel like it should go on? Do you feel
Yeah,
like
if you-
any of these shows should, like, in my opinion, I feel like these shows are almost like a tell a story, and like we're moving the, like, we have like a goalpost in the, like, far ahead, right? And we're kind of like using each show as a stepping stone towards the next like goalpost, which is the Thanos type of arc, in my opinion. So it's like having a second season to these types of shows, like when we have like 5, 6, 7 shows, and then we have movies alongside with them. Do you feel like it's the universe starts to be spread too thin?
No, there's not to me because there's so many ideas. There's so many things they could do. Like if I'm working at Marvel, what I'm doing is in a year and a half, I'm putting out season 2 of this, and season 2 of this is leading into the Captain America movie. Like that's what I would do.
Yeah, I guess the way I see
I
this is just
mean-
like a spider web, though. That's why.
I think that if that is the case, I think that, and again, this is not to take shots at the creators of the show, but if the case was that there was even a possibility of a second season, then this season would be even weaker because I just feel like, again, so much stuff feels incredibly ham-fisted. Like, for example, like the entire John Walker arc in this makes zero sense now. Like in terms of like,
Wait, well,
because-
why?
like he's played off as like a hero at the like they play,
And then they're like friends, like tap each other on the back.
Dude, Bucky and him are like buddy.
Dude, they were always kind of buddy. Like,
No, are you
talking about?
no,
Bucky,
dude?
Yes, they were.
No.
Dude, yeah, they were.
Do you remember the scene of Bucky watching John take the shield?
Yeah.
He hated it.
No, he hated that he took the shield, but
Yes,
outside
and then
of it, but now he doesn't have the shield. He has no reason to hate him, other than him murdering.
But
I
then
don't
doesn't
know.
that make his entire arc just pointless?
No, but like you built
No.
4 episodes, right? Is built with the idea that John Walker is just as bad as Carly, all that. Then he commits murder
Dude,
in front of a
dude,
fountain in the center town,
Max,
and then you play it off like what?
dude, first of all, Bucky's issue with Walker was the shield. It wasn't so much Walker. And from my understanding, and maybe I'm off, I don't think like the character of Bucky that we see is the type that would say, "Oh, you killed someone." Your Bucky killed mad people.
That's not what I'm getting at. I'm saying that we established before this that Bucky hated that dude. Because when John Walker pulls up on the Jeep and tells him to get in, Sam is the one that convinces Bucky to get in. He doesn't even want to like ride in the same car.
No, but
he just
I would.
doesn't like the guy.
Yeah, I don't even
And
know if
then
it's like not
now,
like it's just ambivalence. Like Bucky doesn't like he doesn't mess with people. Like we see this over and over again. Like Bucky just kind of likes like being on his own. And yeah, he likes Sam, so him and Sam are cool. But other than that, Bucky's not really trying to be around anyone. I don't
but
think
that's
that
not
was
true. He shows up
Yeah.
to Sam's boat. And,
Yeah.
like,
I
hangs out
said
with his
other.
family.
I said
He's
other
friends
than
with
Sam.
What
I said,
about his family?
What, dude? Sam had to talk him into it. Like Bucky says, "Hey, I'm gonna leave," and Sam's like, "Come on, man, just spend the night."
I
Like,
mean, I don't know. Okay, well then that's my point of like, why does he then open up to Walker so fast? It makes no sense. Like you're trying to establish the idea that Walker, like I'm surprised by the fact that by the end of it, they're like, yeah, and you're USA agent. Like, what? Like, so that's it? Like you built him up as just the worst of the worst. And
but
then,
they didn't build him up as the worst of the worst. What are you talking about?
bro, have you looked on Twitter?
Dude,
And everybody hates the guy.
Yes, but everybody's like hatred of him doesn't mean that that's how he was built up. He murdered one guy when he was, and that sounds terrible. He murdered one guy when he was very upset that his like friend got
Are
killed.
you telling me that he's not built up like even before that? Like they play him off as just like terrible.
No, yeah, they play him off as like annoying and like borderline like silly that hey, like this is Cap. Like that's how I took it. It's like with the wink and when we first see him. First of all, I didn't say the F word.
Why did somebody say
Did
that?
someone say that?
Someone in chat
Oh,
said I said
you
F
didn't.
word.
You didn't say
Nah.
anything. Just keep going.
Yeah, so I never took him that way. Like I still like saw him.
Okay, I guess
I hate the word, but I always saw him more of as like an anti-hero than like a bad guy. Even like he did questionable things, right? He took the serum. He shouldn't have taken the serum. That obviously like messed with his psyche. And then his best friend / partner gets killed, and he did something very bad. Yes, but I don't believe that.
Yeah, but the problem is that all that stuff is the stuff that we're supposed to like fill in as just assumptions, right? Like where we're just like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Like they never show most of that. That's the whole problem. Said like it's like so they send him off the deep end, right? He goes off into a cave in the post-credit scene building a shield, and then when he sees a car of politicians about to topple, he's like his zoom in on his eyes. Oh, he's back. He snapped back into the America's hero. Like what?
I mean,
and then Bucky and him are like, "Hey, bro, Lincoln quote sounds weird coming from you, bro." Like, what is that?
No, oh, dude, I don't even think they did a good job with the character. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't think that it's like as like the transition to U.S. agent isn't unearned to me because again, maybe I'm interpreting things wrong, and maybe, but maybe he didn't do anything like this because he didn't have an opportunity before. He didn't save a group of senators or whatever prior to this because where could he have done that?
Like medals of honor. He served in the army.
So it is within his character to do this. But I'm saying in the previous episodes when we're saying, oh, he was bad.
I know, but like, what I'm saying is that the show initially established like I'm on your side as far as like where he wasn't ever portrayed that badly. It's just that the show though, and the response from the audience has always been that he's just a scumbag, worst of the worst. Like, so, and then for him to just suddenly have this, like, where they really do lean into that, right? Like, and they were showcasing, like, the whole idea that, like, him and Carly are, like, the same thing. And then, bam, at the drop of a dime, it's like, actually, guys, Sharon's the bad.
Well, because also, Sam was very open about him not thinking Carly was all that bad. He said, oh, she was misunderstood. Like, yeah, she went about things the wrong way, but Sam was very clear in saying like, hey, stop with these labels. Like, I mean, I don't mind his transition to US agent. I don't go ahead. Dave.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I don't think to me I don't mind the transition from USA to from Captain America to USA agent, like the way they did it. It just seems to me like who cares about his backstory? Like it just seemed like Like they flip flop. It seems like that's like I think I just gonna like I agree with Max. I think more like in this situation, like they to me at least they seem like to play him off as this, like you said, anti-hero, but not even really an anti-hero because of like the way he was always going against Bucky and Sam. He was always like he was ready,
No,
agitated.
He wasn't. He
Yeah.
wasn't. When was he ever going against them? Like Sam
Well,
and
he
Bucky.
said you have to follow the rules. Like you can't go and do things on your own. Like you have to follow the the way that the government's telling you.
He was never antagonistic towards them. Like they were all like, well, if you think back to like 2 episodes ago when they were like trying to do the flag smasher stuff together, like Sam went in to talk to her and he's outside waiting. He's like, nah, I'm tired of waiting. And he just goes and like does his own way. But again, they were never antagonistic towards each other. I didn't ever feel that way.
I think that was the antagonistic.
But if that's the case, then what was the point of making it a big deal of him even fighting the two? Like if he was not an antagonistic like counter to
he didn't want to give up the shield. Like that, like
yeah, but that's antagonistic by default.
No,
like that's literally...
no, that's just him wanting to keep like the shield, I guess. But it's not like he was over there like plotting to kill Sam and Bucky.
Okay,
ever.
so you're saying that he's willing to murder? He was willing to murder Sam. He was about to hit him with the shield, the same way.
I don't know. That would have murdered. Like,
that would have. We just saw him do the exact same thing the last episode.
And then after that, an episode later, he's like, my bad, guys. I messed up.
And Sam's just like, you know the time where you tried to just kill me?
It's just so like, here's my issue, is that you have to like, if Marvel's point is this, that nobody's bad or good, it's all like murky waters, and depending on which perspective you take.
I don't know if that's the point. I don't know if that's the point.
That's what the show basically
That's how
does.
I've seen it as well.
No, Sharon seems bad.
But even in the limelight of what, we don't know her motivation yet, Gabe, right? We might learn that
we might never know it. We might never know it.
Yeah, but that's my point of where it's a so like vague of like, oh, there is no bad guys. There's only people who are just misunderstood. Okay, like
no, there are bad. Dude, there are bad guys.
Who's a bad guy?
I just told you, Sharon.
But how can you make that assumption? That's like judging Carly based on episode 1. You're like, oh yeah, she's a bad guy. By the end of it,
we had 5 episodes now. Right now, in episode 1, Carly was a bad guy. Maybe like not towards the end because we got more stuff and whatever. But right now,
she's still a bad guy. She murdered innocent people.
I think she's a bad guy. Yeah.
Like, she's not like she was assigned to go take out like a terrorist or something like that. She killed innocent people. Like you can't like that. There has to be repercussions for that. Like I don't care,
course, dude.
Like the motivation. If
you're getting it twisted, it's not even me saying this. I'm not saying she's not bad. Whatever. Yeah, she's bad. She murdered innocent people. It's a show telling you, not me.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Where the show doesn't make any sense. Where it's like like there still can be right and wrong. You could have a good reason to do something that's wrong, but you're still wrong. Like that, we can't.
It's true.
Like to me, I don't really understand that narrative. And to me, what I worry is that we're basically never gonna get like villain. They're all gonna be like these, like it's like the Thanos, right? Like ultimately, a bunch of people were like, "Yeah, I'm kind of with Thanos. He's not really all that bad. He kind of makes a pretty good point, you know." Yeah. And it's like the same thing. Like think about it. Like the vast majority of their villains, George St. Pierre's, Batroc, like everybody, they're like, oh, he just died. He just like they can't commit to like basically anybody who you meet. They're not really bad guys. They're just kind of like
misunderstood antagonist.
Yeah, well, what's their motivation? Like I don't know. So to me, I'm like, sure, but I feel like if you build it out that way, it's gonna be. It's like what's happened. Like I know that this is gonna be a really weird thing to say, but like what's happened to pro wrestling. In pro wrestling, they've done a similar thing where they never commit anymore to good guys or bad guys. And when you do that, it becomes horrible. You need to like in a story, you need to have a protagonist and an antagonist. You can create an interesting motivation, but you can't like. I feel like you need both elements to like make it work.
It also at the same time feels like a lot of the characters were like the same in terms of like we had like 3 or 4 characters that seemed to be like this, like not a good guy, not a bad guy, and it was like it's like they could have done that with one or well, that's what I mean. Like they could have done 1 or 2 characters like that, but why does everybody have to be like that across the board?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Also, is that it's like. If you do that with one of the characters, it becomes compelling. or like at least something that makes that character unique.
Mhm.
But if you do it with every single character that you introduced or showcased, it becomes like it just becomes confusing, and like nothing it has that element of like nothing really matters, because it's just always like, oh, okay, well, it's just that person's gonna have a justification for doing this, and then we're just meant to now, oh, okay, let's twist the image and be like, okay, yeah, actually not so bad.
All right, well, let's move off of one
You know?
who we've spent an awful lot of time on. Predictable, right? But Sam is Cap now. How we feel about that? The suit looks really cool. I like it. I think the suit
I'm
looks good.
shocked that
Love
they
the
went
suit.
so comic book,
Love
which
the
is
suit.
awesome. Because
Yeah,
I thought they would do something like super like, because like even his Falcon costume is like very toned down. Like in the comics it was like way more bright, like white and red and everything. But
Mhm.
in the movies they went like with like a military kind of gray type thing. So it's really cool that they went all in on this, and they were like, let's just go what we saw in the comic, and I think it looks sick. So that was definitely cool.
Would you be hyped for a Captain America movie now?
I mean, I think it's just a matter of like where do they go next, right? Like I guess it would be the storyline with what's her face, Power Broker, I suppose, right? It's just I'd be curious to see like what would be the next story that they would tell for um Sam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the next story for Sam is Power Broker stuff, but I think that's season 2. I think like whatever like the next Captain America movie needs to be tied in with other stuff. Like seeing only Sam, and I don't know, maybe he can hold it up like an entire movie on his own. But I'm so used to seeing him with Bucky at this point. Like I don't want to not see them together. They're cool together.
Don't you think that if they did a movie, Bucky would be part of it pretty much at any like anyways?
I would hope so. I'm not sure that
It's
he
just
would,
it's
but-
hard to see them split them up at this point when the whole show was building it up, and then they had like that whole heart to heart last episode, and then the whole thing is just, it's like at this point, why are we splitting them up? That's
Yeah.
just how I would see it, at least.
Yeah. Did you guys feel that Bucky got like good resolution? Like he went.
He got
turned
a
in his
quick
little book.
resolution. He got a quick resolution. That's all it
Yeah,
was.
That's
He
like my
literally-
biggest. That's my
you
biggest
see
issue.
The guy just says why, and then Bucky just goes like, "My bad, I didn't have a
Nice.
choice."
Yeah, he
And
said,
then-
I
But-
couldn't- I couldn't control. Yeah,
But
I couldn't
also,
control it.
we also see Bucky like throughout the entire
But, like,
show, other
why
than
wasn't- why wasn't that part of last episode? Or like why wasn't that the way that they opened this episode? So that then you wrap that segment and you can just leave the rest of the episode to be tie into the action, and then because even you could have literally done that scene where he says something like, I didn't have a choice, and then maybe like the guy embraces him, whatever, like there's some sort of a conversation back and forth, and then he gets a phone call from Sam to be like, hey, you got to show up, like there's something going on, blah blah blah. Cut to the start of the episode.
don't you think
but-
you're sorry, go
It
ahead.
just felt like it's almost like they were like what you said, Gabe, going into it, that there were so many loose ends that they had like a checklist, and that they were like, oh, we forgot to address that. Let's go quickly do a scene to just like give a check mark. And to me, it's like, it's better if you just left it as like or literally have him knock on the door and see the guy, whatever. Like it doesn't need to, like, it's almost like the way they did it is just so throwaway that we might as well have not even gotten it.
Yeah.
But I was just saying that, like, throughout the entire show, we also see Bucky just walking around, like, in other countries, in the U.S., like, as if he's already pardoned. So it just seems to me like the order is just backwards. Like, his entire arc was backwards. We literally got...
Bucky was pardoned. Bucky was fine.
When was he pardoned?
He was going to therapy because it was part of his deal. Like say like
Yeah,
hey,
he had
you're-
So he
you're-
was allowed to walk free, I guess? Like, I guess, I guess.
He was always allowed. He was
Okay.
always allowed to be free. That's why he.
They made it
therapist stuff
questionable,
was part
kind
He
of.
wasn't supposed to cause any
Yeah,
violence,
Yeah.
which
and going
is
into
that-
other countries, I feel like breaks the pardoning rule. But like, regardless, I don't care. I feel
No,
like
he's allowed. He's allowed. He's allowed.
sure,
It seems
whatever.
like he was allowed.
I think we disagree on that. But the other thing I was gonna say is that, like, if they started with him addressing the guy, I feel like it would have made sense why he was like such a nice guy, and like, like obviously he's trying to like prove that he's a better guy and everything. I just feel like the story would have made sense if they started with it instead of ended with it. like Max
It
said.
wouldn't have made sense.
No, it would have made more sense.
Oh, it would.
Like the story
Yeah,
would have, like he would have had his redemption, then he would have went into fight, and then he would have had a second like public redemption, we'll say, where he's like saving people and all of it. He gets thank you. Like I feel like that would have made a little bit more sense because we kind of got like Bucky, something in between. He saves someone, something in between, and then his ending thing. So it was like so chopped up. Like Max said, it was like it almost felt like a throwaway. Like okay, he got his happy ending. That's it.
Confirmation of this, but Jorge says in chat that Captain America 4 is in the works with Malcolm Spellman and Dallin Moson set to write the script. It has been confirmed on Twitter.
Cool.
Who's that? Do we know who those guys are?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sure. Here, I'll Google.
Guys running the show.
I'll Google very quickly.
I don't think so.
Okay, and now aside from that,
yes, yeah, it's the guys that wrote this.
Okay.
Yeah. Aside from that, what do we think about, like, I guess as a whole, the show, not just the finale itself?
Are we rating it or what's happening right now?
Just in general.
Just in general. Okay.
Yeah.
There was one more thing I wanted to touch. Like, I don't like bringing it up. We have to bring it up though.
What?
Like, Sam had an entire speech about it, right? And we knew in the beginning of the show that this was gonna have some like social commentary on race in America.
Lots, yes.
Yeah, so they leaned into that like really heavy, and while it's not catered to me necessarily, like lately, when was the other time that it happened like in a super cool way that I was telling somebody like, hey, representation, it might not, this specific representation might not be for us, but it feels like so important for like kids like growing up. Yeah, with his kids, with his nephews. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was like, dude, like that's like a really cool moment for a kid of that race, like growing up, being able to see something like this. Like that's like really awesome and should be applauded. I feel like, but I think they leaned into it almost like just the right amount. Like it wasn't so heavy-handed. I feel like.
I would say, like I told you last time, I think that I understand the validity of some people feeling like there's a lot of it in the show, right? Like in the sense that because it doesn't happen once in a while, it's definitely a very prevalent component. But I also recognize, like what you said last episode, that me being white, I don't recognize maybe some of like the actual, because again, it's almost like I told you about that speech. Everybody heard what they wanted to hear. Like the people who think that this shouldn't belong in entertainment, they will tell you that like they heard a very like preachy talk.
Sure.
The people who are on the opposite side will say that was the greatest thing we've ever seen in entertainment. And that's going to be the issue with it, is that I guarantee you that it'll be very, very divisive, that some people will be on one side, other people will be on the other side. I agree with you in the sense that it was like what I've brought up before about Captain Marvel, right? Where I remember watching Captain Marvel and I was like, I didn't think it was a great movie. Like I was like, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like for whatever reasons, right? Like not because it's headlined by a woman, obviously.
Sure.
But just I didn't particularly care for it. But then I was at a comic book store and there were all these like girls buying Captain Marvel comics. And I was like, what the heck's going on? And the comic book store guy was like, yeah, since Captain Marvel came out, like there's been way more people reading Captain Marvel. So it's like it's like what you said about like if it resonates with a certain audience where it's like you can feel like it's applicable to you, I get it. And at the same time, I do think that it'll be interesting to see like if this will be an ongoing element of Sam's Captain America, right? In terms of like, will race just always be a factor to the character? Because that will be interesting to see like if they will always have that as like a driving force, right? Because to a large extent, that was kind of the dilemma, right? It's not like he wasn't qualified. It was just like, can there be a black Captain America, right? So if they continue to lean into that or not, we'll see. And if they do, how will they like get that going, if that makes any sense? Because like I said before, it's not like in the Marvel universe they didn't have a black person in a prominent role before. Iron Patriot, Rhodey, which is basically Iron Man, Captain America, nobody ever said anything, right? Like it wasn't
Yeah.
a discussion. So it is a little like, where is this coming from? But I also feel like Captain America always explores more like political stuff
For
that's
sure.
going on, and within everything that's been happening, particularly in America,
Yeah. I mean,
it's
and like I don't even like bringing
Woo!
this.
I just
I don't.
talked my way. That was a rocky
Dude,
situation.
no,
I got.
dude, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry, like
I just
I don't
lost
even
it.
I don't even like bringing it up. You know what I mean? But then like it's also weird
But
if it's weird if
yeah,
we don't because it's
I
so
agree,
important to the
because it would
show.
be disingenuous to
Yeah,
say that it's not there, because it is there.
yeah. I mean, and again, like I make no qualms about the fact that neither of us or none of us, right, like are really like qualified. But I still feel like it's important to like talk about it even just like briefly, and that's that.
All it comes down to is this: when you look outside your door, there's everything, like a variety of every creed, religion, everything, right? So if we have the same kind of variety acknowledged in entertainment, that's great. That's it, right? Like I
So
don't think anybody could like argue that point. It'd be absurd.
yeah, of
So,
course. All right. Was there
but with
anything?
that in mind, again, I think that the show was, it didn't stick the landing
Yeah,
again for
yeah,
me.
yeah. There are not.
Too rushed.
I don't think that it didn't stick the landing. I think that it like fumbled. I think that the show fell. Like it's not even so much like oh it kind of like landed and like it just like it wasn't perfect. Nah, like I think it stumbled. I think there's just way too much for 6 episodes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
I think if they do 10 episodes
I think, yeah, sorry.
and
10
flesh the stuff out. Yeah, 10 episodes, flesh the stuff. Let us know why Sharon is doing what she's doing, please, for the love of God. Like that, it makes me feel dumb, and yeah, I'll acknowledge it sometimes, I guess. But like, I feel like we should know why Sharon is doing this, and I don't believe you know why. I don't believe Dean knows why. So all three of us can't just be that oblivious, right? There was never any explanation, right?
Yeah, and there was never a hint that she would like turn evil, because like before this, she literally like sides with Cap, helps him like with
Gives him
Civil
a
War
couple
and all that.
favors, yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any
I
sense.
mean, I guess in hindsight, it's all an act, right? Like that's the whole idea, is that it's an entire act just to re-infiltrate the U.S. government. But like,
Well, I don't know if it was that back then. I mean, it's that now.
well, I mean,
think-
why else would she just be like, all right, we're good to go, just steal secrets? It's like the pardon was
Well, no,
from the
but
first episode, right? Like the second episode.
no. But
or whatever.
I thought you meant like the movies. I was gonna say she was in the government. Before,
No, no,
like-
well, no, I know, but I'm saying like
Yeah,
now when she's getting
yeah,
pardoned.
yeah.
Mm. I think that it'll be like I think the other things that you're absolutely correct
wow.
about is that a lot of the stuff that was introduced is like for example, Torres. Like, why
Mhm.
didn't we get a tease of him as Falcon or something? Like, I know that Falcon keeps his wings, so it's like, do you introduce another Falcon or something? But
Save
Dark
that for the
Lord
movie.
Duker.
but
Thank
don't
you
think
for
that it's
the
almost
three
better to,
$1,
like,
man. I
introduce
appreciate it.
minor like characters like this, like
I
and,
wasn't
like,
looking
have
at
a
chat. I apologize,
stepping-
man, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
impactful moment for them in the show. Like, because in the movie, it would literally be just like, oh, he's got the wings now. Like,
Oh, dude, that's what I thought was
Yeah.
gonna happen when he said I called in a little help. I thought that it was gonna be him, like coming with the wings, like to like save the day. When I said, hey, I think we're gonna get a little cameo, that's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought that we're gonna get Falcon now because Sam was Cap.
Season 2.
Yeah,
Season 2.
I just think that when you really start thinking about like the amount of stuff that they introduced, and where by the end of the show, a lot of it doesn't matter or has not been like flashed out, you think to yourself like, why was it introduced? Unless if, again, like you're saying, there really is already a season 2 in the plans, and they're like, okay, we're in season 2, we'll see Falcon, we'll see this,
See,
that, and
but,
the other.
but for stuff like this, then we should know there's a season 2.
Exactly, yeah, because
Mhm.
then it feels better, like knowing that, like, oh, okay, they could address some of this. That's a good point too. You're right. Yeah.
Here's another good point that was made by Pino in your chat, saying that she's a scroll. Sharon, that would be really cool because the Secret Invasion movie's coming. I don't know, it would make a
Yeah.
whole lot of sense, but it's an explanation.
But
Is
the
it?
problem with like if she's a scroll, like to do that whole thing, it's like the cheap cop out way of like it's like what they did with WandaVision, where it's like she was mind controlled. It's like
Mhm.
it
Hasn't that also been done already, where someone has been like a scroll?
Not
well,
in a bad way.
WandaVision,
Not,
remember at the end
Of
there's,
what?
yeah,
we saw a scroll
we have
talking to oh my gosh, Monica Rambeau.
Oh,
Max,
right.
correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't seen an antagonistic scroll yet, have we?
No,
Or have
no.
we even seen many of the scrolls? Like we've only kind of seen them in post-credit scenes and stuff, and like sprinkled here
Nick
and
Well, we
there.
Fury,
saw.
Yeah.
Well, Scrolls were a huge factor of Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Like
What
he
is
was
that
like
movie
but
even about
kind of a
again?
co-star. Yeah, but regardless, but yes, there were definitely Scrolls in.
yeah.
So chat, fire away a few questions for us. What do you guys think? And we'll address those as well.
While they do that, y'all want to try to give the show, the season, a number grade out of 10? Do we want to try that?
Sure.
I can go first. Just
I can go first
Go
if
ahead.
you guys want. I don't care.
Oh, Dean, fine. You go, Dean. You go.
Go ahead.
I'd give this a probably like a 6.5 out of 10.
You gave Wanda 7, right? I think 7.5.
No, no way.
What'd you give it?
I thought that's what you did.
I
'cause
might
know
have-
that that's what I gave it.
Maybe a 7 at most, not a 7.5 for sure.
Okay, but you do think Wanda's better? Well, if you're giving it a 6.5,
Yeah. I would say yeah. Honestly, I
Okay.
would say yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Nothing
Gabe,
wrong. Nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, like this is like a 6. I'm not even giving it a 0.5. Like, it's like a well-made show that, to me, lacked a little bit of direction, and I definitely enjoyed WandaVision better. I can say that unequivocally. Unequivocally, I can't even speak. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, zero doubt in my mind that I enjoy WandaVision better.
I would probably. I feel like I'm right there with you guys, where it's probably a 6 out of 10. I do think WandaVision was better. This is why always a finale matters so much. And again, if let's say there is a second season and a lot of our concerns are addressed in that second season, I think retroactively it will make this finale better. The fact that we don't know if there's a second season makes it more difficult to like predict. I do think that as far as what this show was supposed to accomplish, and that is to get the Captain America shield onto Sam and like give us a new Captain America, I think it did that actually really well. It's just all the other stuff around that like trajectory. So it's like its main goal was accomplished very well. It's just the stuff around it was kind of a disaster where it just kind of did not make sense, especially with like the ping ponging between good guy, bad guy, etc. So I probably would give this as well a 6 out of 10. Passable grade just for the Sam character arc. Everything else I think could have been done differently.
I have a thought that people
or
might.
better.
I have a thought that people might not like.
Mm.
Like, what's after Loki? We know Loki's next. What
Black
if is in
Widow?
some-
What if I think?
Yeah, no, I'm talking
Oh,
shows.
Yeah, what if?
Disney
Live
Plus.
action, you mean?
Yeah,
Ms. Marvel, I think. No,
Is that what's next?
I think that's like December, October this year.
Okay,
because it just got done filming. I think.
Is Secret Invasion this year? And I'm
No.
leading.
No,
I'm
I
leading
don't think
somewhere
so.
with this. I promise I'm leading somewhere with this. All right, so it was Secret Invasion is next year. What's after Secret Invasion? Moon Knight, probably.
Actually, yeah, they did start. No, She-Hulk, because that's already filming.
Okay. All right. So what I want to say is I don't believe we will get a great show until Moon Knight. I think that Marvel is having growing pains with TV shows. I don't think that they quite know how to do them super well.
Well,
yet.
they've
I
never
think that
really
this-
known how to do them.
I think this is them
think that
learning.
for us though, because we're like mega nerds.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
with all due respect, but like all of my friends who are like casuals, and especially if you go and talk to like older people, they love these shows. Like I've literally had people who have told me that WandaVision was as good as The Sopranos.
Wow.
Okay, okay.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling
That's
you.
preposterous. Preposterous.
I've heard that like sentence, and I'm telling you that like for the casuals, that's like the thing is that I feel like for the casuals, which is what ultimately at this point Disney has to cater to, they consider these to be like just absolute masterpieces, like incredible. And I think us, because we do, like, you have to keep in mind the average person watches the show on a Friday night, just hang out with friends, whatever, depending on their lockdown situation. They watch the show and that's that. We do an hour and a half discussion every week
It's true.
on the episode.
It's
So,
true.
I think that we just care more about like the show making sense, for example. You know,
Yeah, no, I mean,
The show making sense.
basic, no, like basic storytelling structure, like would be cool. Like, hey, why is this person bad right this second? Like, why are they bad? Like, that'd be cool to know. Like,
but I think for the for the average person, they'll actually just refer to like you know how you said you didn't like how the action scene was so long, like it
Mhm.
felt drawn out. The
Yeah.
average person will be like, "Bro, that action scene was incredible."
It's true.
And so you kind of have like a crazy like high start, epic speech at the end, and there's your two like anchor points. Everything else like in the episode is kind of like it's just to get from the action point to the speech and
That's
the
it.
show.
Yeah.
And so like when you have those two highlights, it works.
we forgot. I forgot about Hawkeye happening too. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get like.
Hawkeye as well, yeah.
I don't think we're
coming
gonna.
soon, though.
For me, like I think that there is growing pains with them being able to structure these things out properly. Like that's what I feel like.
I think you're right for the mega fan. I think for the average audience, these shows
Sure.
have been just like
Sure.
knocked out of the park, because you have to remember that the vast majority of these characters are at best B-level characters,
B,
but let's be
yeah.
honest, most of them are C-level characters.
Yeah.
And so the fact that like my mom knows who the Winter Soldier is now, it's like
That's
insane,
crazy.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm saying like where for us, I think we have like a different expectation for the show. Whereas
That's
like
true.
for the average person, if they buy in, they love these. So
Yeah.
I agree with
I
that.
think it depends.
Dude, I wish we knew
Um,
the ratings. I like we have no idea how this did, and like we know like WandaVision did really really well. Like they never gave us numbers for that either, but that one crashed Disney Plus a few times. Like I never had any issues like watching. Like I saw 2 episodes of this like live when they premiered, like the premiere and like one other one because
Mm.
Twitter said I should. So like I watched like right at 3 a.m. And like it never crashed. With Wanda, I watch all those episodes 3 times each, basically. Once with you, once with my girlfriend, and once on my own when it premiered, so I can pay
Mhm.
attention. And there was
Dude, shots fired. Dang. We talk
Uh,
too much, Dean. This guy's just
no.
like bearing.
no,
Okay.
those the Disney Plus crashes were real with WandaVision. I didn't see them for
Hmm.
this. I don't know if that was them improving servers based off like them like knowing, hey, this many people are going to do this, so hey, let's fix the experience, or maybe not that many people were as tuned in. I didn't see as many memes for this and as much interaction on Twitter, but that's none of
But
that's
I
like
just think it's a different show too. It's like there was no, like even for us, we struggled to every week to like talk about as much stuff, just because this show is a lot more about just like the trajectory of Sam's character and like
no
much more like
theorizing. Yeah.
Yeah.
like commentary on society than actually like mystery. Like, oh, what does this like cockroach mean? Like we don't have that in the show. So yeah.
right, yeah.
Okay, let me run
Go
a
ahead.
couple of questions.
Yeah.
Icy Guardian says we don't know why Sharon is doing this, so she could become a good guy again.
I
No, no,
mean,
she better not. She better
But
not.
that's literally the problem. That's what we criticize.
Motivation is
Galaxy Rose says,
everything.
who the heck agrees with Thanos? If you've legit not seen people on the internet say that Thanos was right all along, then you've
Yeah,
not been on the internet.
That's a thing.
Zach Williams says Bucky changes throughout the entire show as well, though. He goes from Winter Soldier to pre-Winter Soldier Bucky. No, he doesn't.
He was
But
never
he-
Winter Soldier in the show.
Yeah.
was-
Yeah, like literally
that
the
one- the
only
one
time that
dream
he's quote
sequence.
unquote, yeah, that's it. Like that's
Yeah.
the only like the closest that he's been. He hasn't been Winter Soldier since Endgame.
Yeah.
And we saw
So-
him break the compulsion, so he's not even mind controlled anymore.
Sam is no
Mhm.
longer sea level. I'm sorry, Jericho TV says Sam is Cap, but he's sea level. No, he's not sea level now. He was sea level when Falcon first got introduced.
Yeah.
Not now. Now he's
Yeah.
now he's
Yeah.
now
And
he's
like
Cap.
in the eyes of like
Now he's
casual-
Cap.
now he's the main character. To be
Dude,
fair, even Captain America.
Yeah,
was
I was gonna
character.
say
Yeah.
it's like if you think like 20 years ago, no one knew who like I'm
Bro, the
co-
only Marvel character most people could name was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
That's
Mhm,
it. Like
mhm.
everything else was pretty. Iron Man
Yeah.
was not an A-level character.
Nope.
Not at all. dude.
I like this actually. Dylan Francis says, I think that the Captain America Force title might be Captain America and the Winter.
That'd be cool.
Well,
That would be interesting.
Like
Twist.
instead of
although-
Falcon and the Winter
so-
Soldier, now it's Cap.
oh, I see.
Well, also they had Captain America. Wasn't it called
So,
Winter Soldier? What was it
the
called?
Winter,
Second
the
one.
Winter
That
Soldier.
one, Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
this
now,
this won't be end. Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah,
winner's.
that's cool.
There you go. John Walker thoughts. We already talked about a Joe Carter rewind. Does not, at least to me, I don't understand some of the decision making there. I thought he would end up in prison by the end of it, but
I will say, I think they keep mentioning it. I think Thunderbolts, like the setup is here for it, even though it wasn't like directly like we see what it could be. And so I would be excited to see Thunderbolts. I would.
yeah, yeah. Obviously we see Zemo is back in prison, so we assume that he's just been returned by the Dora Milaje. Which is surprising. You'd think that maybe they would like
He's in.
keep him
They, no,
afterwards. They're like, yeah, we can't trust these guys. Like they keep breaking
no,
him out.
they said, hey, now we're gonna take him to the raft.
Yeah, they
said
did
that.
say that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
they
Yeah,
said
yeah,
they're gonna
Yeah,
take him to the
I must
raft.
have missed it. Yeah. Bucky needs to get more praise, I think. That's why they shouldn't rename the show to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Not only is it confusing, but it overshines Bucky.
Captain America and
Uh,
Bucky.
I
I don't think that's the name that they're gonna go with either way.
yeah, I
but
don't even know if he's Winter Soldier anymore, right? Because
well, that's my question after.
Yeah, he's gone away from that. So I don't know.
Is
what
he
he'll
White
go
Wolf?
by now. Maybe
Yeah.
he'll go by that. That'll be. Maybe that's what it is. Captain America
And the White Wolf. Yeah, that's. But like, it's like
Black Falcon and the White Wolf.
Yeah, that'll go over well, Gabe. What, do you hear that, Gabe? You hear that sound? That's the cancel police.
Hey, Marvel did that, not me. I didn't make
Sure.
that.
It's true.
What do you think is next for John Walker? The Thunderbolts. That's our prediction. Blitzmer stars as next Captain American. No, I'm good. Galaxy Rose says, I do agree that the Winter Soldier makes no sense. I would have liked it to go Captain America and the White Wolf at the very least. It would have been cool if, like, when he gave her the letter, maybe he could have like signed it with his new moniker or something.
Oh, true.
You
Maybe.
know what I mean? Like that would have been kind of a clever thing.
I like that. Yeah.
And then Jorge, last one, says at the end of the show changes the name to Captain America and the Winter Soldier instead of Falcon. Wait, really?
What?
Did it do that on the credits?
Oh, dude, I missed that. Let me go.
Because we fast forwarded to the end credits, so maybe that's why I didn't notice.
I'm checking now.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Yeah.
That is cool.
That's a cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So they've already
I
done
guess
it.
maybe-
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess maybe that means that he is Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because otherwise, they would have probably changed his moniker as well, right?
Yeah.
This is season 2, man. Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Oh,
Maybe.
true. Yeah,
Maybe
that's what they would do for season 2. No, you're right. I think that's a better
Yeah.
title.
All right. So before we dip out of here, we have Loki in a few weeks. Are we doing this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to Loki. Like I said the same thing about, I guess, every show, but I'm looking forward to Loki. Hopefully they pick it up a little bit and maybe tell a little bit more. I like the sci-fi feature of it, but I also like I like how it's like it's kind of like it doesn't really make sense, but it also makes sense. Like I want it to tell a better story, I guess, because it's like I don't understand what Loki's even supposed to be. Like, what is Loki supposed to be? What story?
Dean just wrote the preview. Like they'll put that on the DVD box. It doesn't make sense, but it also kind of makes sense.
Like I get where they're going, but it's like, what is the show supposed to be?
Oh, dude, we have longer than 3 weeks. It premieres June 11th, so we got.
Yeah, I was like, we should have more than 3 weeks. It should.
So we're canceling our
Black Widow first?
Disney Plus subscriptions. This is the big question. Do you cancel next month?
No, of course not.
I'm joking.
Also, last thing. Loki is also 6 episodes, just so y'all know.
Oh. Interesting. Does it lead perfectly into Black Widow?
They have higher level of like consistency with the 6 episodes or not, or we'll see. It just I guess we'll see, like if they keep doing the whole thing of like introducing so much new stuff on every episode because they constantly have to build the next thing.
It's official. It's official. 4th Captain America movie in the works. It's like 100% confirmed by Marvel.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's a new Captain America movie. And so, with that in mind, ladies and gents, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. For the past 6 weeks, we checked out Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Get it right.
And we hope that you guys enjoyed this ride. If you did, please don't forget to go on ahead and, of course, hit that thumbs up button. wherever you're watching this. Dean, let people know where they can find you.
All right, you can find me at Unlimited Magic on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitch, I believe Unlimited Magic as well. And V Retry for some VR content.
And Gabe, where can people find you? Let them know.
Here be Gabe on YouTube and Twitter. Yeah,
Go check him out. Yeah,
check
he's
me
been streaming lately as well, so
yeah,
definitely go subscribe. Now, with that in mind, guys, we will be back, I guess, in June then for the Loki show to check that out. In the meantime, hold tight, and we'll hopefully see you here in June for Loki. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Peace out. See you later, alligators.